All right, so we are ready to start going over the answer key for 2.1a. So you should have filled out those notes on your own. The questions were pretty leading as to, um, being able to determine which line is steeper than another. And that's what your practice is here. So I am on page 70. What is this? Page 77 in your book. And so I'm just going to go through these. So for this one, we have first, it just gives us two lines. It says compare the following graphs. First, circle the graph that is the steepest. So we'll go ahead and circle this first one. This first one is definitely steeper than the second one. And then draw a line on the blank graph whose steepness is between the two lines. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw a line that looks like this. So you can see it looks just ever so slightly steeper than the middle graph, and definitely not as steep as the first graph. And then down below that, it says compare the following graphs, circle the graph that is the steepest. What is different about these lines? And when I look at these two graphs, first I notice, well, one of them is going a different direction, right? But when I look and see which one is actually steeper, it almost looks like the roof of a house, right? If I could continue both of these, up, it almost looks like they'd reached the peak of a house. And we know that most houses, not all, but most houses, especially the ones we used to draw back in elementary school, when you draw a picture of your house, the roof line was always the same on both sides. The steepness was always the same on both sides. And that's kind of what these look like. So when it says circle the graph that is the steepest, I guess I'd have to circle both of them because they're the same. Or I wouldn't circle either one of them, I guess, since it says which one is the steepest. I can't circle one or the other because it looks like they're about the same. Then it says, I already said what was different about the lines. They're going different directions. On the blank graph, draw a line that is steeper than either of those lines. And so I'm going to draw one with the power of my iPad here to help me draw a nice straight line. I'm going to draw this line. Let me make sure I put my arrows on the end. All right, on to the next page, page 78. And here it says, draw a line on the same graph that is less steep than the given line. Now, when we did the notes, when you answered those notes questions, you noticed that it was a lot easier to tell which one was steeper when they're on a grid like this. And the reason is because you can actually count how far up is the line going compared to how far over it's going. So when I zoom in on this first one and I count, I see to go from this first point to the second point, I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I'm going up 4 and over 7, and I have to draw a line that is less steep, well, I'm just going to start from that same point. I'll erase these lines. Actually, let's go back to red. I'm going to start from this same point, but I'm only going to go up 3 and over 7 because 3 is less than 4. So if I only go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 7, that would give me a line. Again, with the power of the iPad, I can make that line nice and straight. That looks like this. And I can tell, yeah, when I draw that out, it is less steep. And I know for sure that it's less steep because it only goes up 3 and over 7. Okay, for this one, it's going down, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, only 6. I went too far. And over 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm only going to go down 6 and over 4. Okay, because we want it to be less steep. So if I only go down 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, if I only go down 5 and over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then my line looks like this. And when I see those side by side, yeah, that is less steep. It became more flat when I drew that out, right? And then for the last one, the same thing. I'm just going to count, okay, to go from this first point to this second point. It looks like I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So instead of going up 8, pick a number that's smaller than 8. Maybe I'll only go up 4 and over 5. So if I only go up 4 and over 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now my line looks like this. And yeah, I can tell that it is less steep. Okay, on to the next portion of the assignment here. It says draw a line on the same graph that is more steep than the given line. So this time I'm going to go up higher. You know, I'm going to go up a little bit further than what it goes up. So for this first one, if I start here, let me zoom back in so I can make this nice and neat for you. But I can see I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to go up one more than that. I'm just going to go up 5 and over 7. So if I go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 7, there we have it. Okay, and my line is more steep. It gets closer to vertical. Okay, same thing for here. Let's just count how far down do we go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll go down 8 and over 4, right? So from here, go down 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Puts my next point right there. And now I can see when I connect those points there, yeah, that line is more steep than the blue line, than the line that's given. I know it's not blue on your papers. And then for the last one in this section, same thing, count how far up am I going? I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll go up 9 and over 5. That'll be more steep. All right, up 9 and over 5 puts me right there. And this one, you can tell that they're really close to being the same steepness, but it's just tilted up just a little bit more. Okay, and then finally here it says draw a line on the same graph that is the same steepness as the given line. So what I'm going to do is count and see what is the steepness, how steep is this, and then I'm going to just go the opposite direction. And we'll see what that looks like. Okay, for this first one, I can see it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll start over here and do the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over. And then when I connect those, the iPad makes my line nice and straight. I know that those are indeed the same steepness. Okay, it's just going in the other direction, just like your roof line, right? It'd be the same steepness on either side of the roof. Doesn't matter which side you're walking on. If they are the same steepness and they meet at a point like a lot of roofs do, then yeah, it doesn't matter if you're on one side or the other. The steepness is the same. So down on the second one, it looks like, let me zoom in again. Whoops again. There we go. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll just do the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I connect those 2 points, thankfully I have the iPad to make the nice straight lines for me. Yeah, those are the same steepness. It's just they're going in the opposite direction. And then same thing for this one. Count, we're going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to start over here and do the same thing. Go up 8 and over 5, just the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there is 2 lines that have the same steepness. Okay. All right, make sure if you have any questions at all, you ask your teacher. Thanks.